Okay, we are live now. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jie. Welcome back to the fourth talk for our Legal Awareness Week. And today we'll be discussing on the topic of defamation, which is 诽谤. So, do you know what is defamation? Is defamation itself a crime or not? Because we know that social media nowadays is a very powerful communication medium, especially during this MCO season. People tend to actually share their feelings or their experience on social media. However, some of the aggressive users, they actually tend to say something that is defaming others, or they just in a joking sense or whatever, but they harm the other's reputation. So in this kind of situation, what can we do if we are the victim and we are being defamed by the others? So before we answer all these questions, let us welcome our speakers today. Yes, our first speaker is Mr. Jason.
Hi everyone. Hope everyone is safe and sound and stay at home. My name is Jason, and in practice in legal fields has been practicing for 10 years or probably 11 years by now. Today our topic is on focusing on defamation. The area of law that we're going to discuss is I would say because of the reason or the new era whereby social media play an important role in our society, and defamation have actually evolved into another dimension now, because back in the old days, right, the defamation cases are normally it is defame by slander or libel, or you write something on paper, or you want to tell someone. But nowadays, it is wider. People who committed this mistake by actually posting something on social media, or even extended to text messages like WhatsApp or WeChat. So those also can fall under the committal of this crime. Therefore, I think today's session is mainly focusing on people who probably will have to take note of some awareness to create to the public as far as social media is concerned. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jason. Our next speaker is Si Yuan.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. My name is Si Yuan. I'm currently a pupil in Chambers. And first of all, I wish all of you stay safe and take care during this MCO period. And today we are here with you to share legal knowledge regarding defamation in Malaysia. Like what is spoken by Mr. Jason earlier, social media nowadays brings a lot of convenience to all of us, and what we want to comment or what we want to post or share is just in one click. So maybe we might not aware what are the consequences of our statement or the speech that we made. So today we will let you know more about the area of defamation. I think so far that's all from me.
Thank you, Si Yuan. And our last speaker is Wong Eun.
Hi everyone, I'm Wong Eun. I'm currently an intern. So yeah, today we are talking about defamation, because now people simply comment or share posts, and we doesn't know whether we are defamed or we are defaming others. So today we will share a bit on this. Thank you.
Okay, thank you all our speakers. So for today, before we start, if you have any questions related to today's topic on defamation, you can leave your comments or your questions in the comment box, and we will address it at the end of our session later. So just now, at first, we mentioned a lot of questions and also a lot of problems addressed by our speakers. So before we answer all those questions, let us have a basic knowledge on what is defamation. So basically, defamation is basically an untrue statement, no matter it is in the oral way, which in the speech way, or in the written form, that you actually injure the other's reputation. So I will give everyone just a simple example. For example, A, he posted something on social media, for example, Facebook. He posted a statement on Facebook saying that, oh, this B is a robber. He stole my things. So if this statement is untrue, and it will be a defamation if, for example, if this message is shared out, the A and B's friends, the family, or even any stranger third party thought that B is a robber, he steals others' things, and they look down on him, or they even hate him, and then this will be a defamation, which is basically a crime in Malaysia. 所以今天我们在讨论诽谤这个时候呢，我们就要有一个简单的概念。诽谤其实是当一个人呢，他把假消息，就是不实的消息，可是是针对其中一个人的一个假消息呢，他散发出去的时候，不管是他告诉别人，或者是他放上面子书之类的一个做法，然后导致别人的这个名誉受损的时候呢，就叫做诽谤。So in Malaysia, as I mentioned just now, it is considered as a crime. So in Malaysia, we have a few laws that actually govern this defamation. The first one is Defamation Act 1957, 1957年的诽谤法令. Actually, this Defamation Act, it tells us on what is considered as a defamation, its exceptions, or even some of the damages that the victim can claim. And the second one is Communication and Multimedia Act 1998, 1998年通讯以及多媒体法令. So this act is basically governing those social media or any online platforms. So if today, if someone defame you on online, then they will use this Communication and Multimedia Act to actually carry out some action or penalties. And the last one is Penal Code, 就是刑事法典. Normally, when it involves penal code, it basically means that there is a criminal action. So we can see that this defamation, it involves not only civil action, but also criminal action. And we will see more on these penalties later. So basically, this defamation, we will divide it into two forms. First one is libel, and also the second one is slander. Libel basically means 文字诽谤. For example, today I write something on social media, or I write an article for the newspaper to publish it, and it is considered as a permanent form because once I write it down and it will be there, then all this kind will be considered as a libel. 所以在提到文字诽谤的时候呢，其实就是它是比较永久性的，或者是我们可以说它是书写下来的。假设我书写一个文章，然后我寄给那个报章，让他帮我刊登在报纸上，这种情况呢就是文字诽谤。如果这些文字呢是有诽谤的这些诚信的话呢，它就是一个文字诽谤。And the second type we known as slander, which is 口头诽谤。For example, I just tell my friend, hey, he is a robber or what, then she spread out. Then this will be a slander form, 就是口头上的一个诽谤。就是假设今天我告诉我的朋友，诶，这个人呢，他是杀人犯 but actually is a false one, means he is actually not a killer or what, but I tell others, 哦，他是一个杀人犯，然后他就传出去给大家都知道，这个就是一个口头诽谤，它是比较暂时性的，它不是记录下来的一个方式。So we divide defamation into two types, which is libel and slander. So now I'll pass the time to Wong En.
So just now, Natalie have give a thought on what is defamation. Now I will discuss in detail the elements of defamation. All three elements will have to be satisfied for there to be a defamation. So firstly, the statement must be defamatory. Secondly, the words must refer to the complainant or the plaintiff in action. Lastly, the statement must be published to the third party. So now I will elaborate the elements one by one. So first, the statement is defamatory. 这个言论必须是有诽谤的成分的，所以怎么算是有诽谤成分呢？ The test for this is, will the statement lower the plaintiff's reputation in the minds of the right-thinking members of society? In short, will people like us think that the plaintiff's reputation is lowered? There are three types of defamatory statements. So now I will explain them accordingly. First is the natural and ordinary meaning of defamatory. The meaning of the statement itself is direct. We can understand through general knowledge that it is defamatory. 就是举个例子，我跟 B 说 C 很懒惰，所以这个懒惰是一个很直接的一个贬义词，所以我们知道这个是在说 B 不好，C 不好 ，sorry. So, but what if the term there is no bad term in the statement? So the next type will be innuendo, which is 影射. The statement is not defamatory, but there is special fact that is known by the recipient or readers, which leads them to think that it is defamatory in nature. For example, the case in the slides, the plaintiff's picture is posted in the newspaper and under it says, lawyers' activities are being investigated. Although this statement does not directly say that the lawyer is bad, but it implicates and hints that the lawyer did something suspicious or what he shouldn't do. So this is also considered defamatory. The third type is juxtaposition. This normally includes visual effect. For example, putting someone's pictures together with the wanted criminals. This implies that the person participated in a crime or is an accomplice assisting or abetting the crime. 就是当你把一个人的照片和另外一个罪犯的照片放在一起的时候，我们会很自然而然的想，哦，他是不是也有参与进去？他是不是帮凶？所以这个也算是一种诽谤。So the second element is the statement must refer to the plaintiff himself. The test to this is whether an ordinary person will think that the statement is referring to the plaintiff. So, using my example just now, A say to B that C is lazy. Obviously, A is referring to C. But what if it is indirectly? For example, A say to B that the person wearing glasses in my class is lazy and there is only one person, which is C, is wearing glasses in the class. Hence, A is also referring to C indirectly. So this also considered as referring to the plaintiff. So for the third element to be satisfied, the statement must be published to the third party. Using my example just now, A say to B that C is lazy. So the statement is published to B. And when B spread out to the others, to the public, this is what we say the statement is published. Or for example, A posted the statement on social media, on newspaper and etc. The statement is shared and reached the public. It is published to a third party. Satisfying all three elements I discussed above, then there will be defamation. So now we know that we are defamed by someone. What can we do? So Mr. Jason will tell you what to do.
Hi, sorry, Mr. Jason, can you unmute your mic?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't notice it. Okay, yeah, for people who are the victim themselves, right? There are several ways to take the matter up, right? So number one, it is really depends on how you yourself suffer as a consequence of the defamatory statement. Like today's topic is focusing on your reputation has been damaged. In that sense, if it is an open public, like in a mall, someone defame you by scolding you or whatever, that third party witness it. So that in that sense, you can actually have witness present, and with that you can actually send a letter of demand. You can demand for public apologies, because whatever statement made in the public is not true. Public apologies can be advertised in the newspaper and so on. Now that is the old days, But then because of the technology advancement and so on, defamations have reached, to a different level. Like people can defame somebody via internet. Now, if you are being defamed, not physical present, right? Probably a written statement or from the website or from any other channel, social media channel. You may actually launch a complaint to the Bureau. Well, we will call it Malaysians Communication and Multimedia Commissions, whereby it is, in short, is MCMC. Now, this is a place, is a commissions for you to launch a complaint by sending them an email and have a records of how are you been defamed. But then, of course, this MCMC departments is also cover other areas of offense. So the procedure is basically set down. The SOP is 3 days acknowledging your complaints, and 15 days they will, during this time, they will investigate. They will do the investigation, and then they will have a result of your complaint. Now, MCMC, this department is basically cover a variety of things that going on the internet. It doesn't just focusing on defamation. Things like sedition, it covers Sedition Act areas, a threat to the national security. This is all under the penal code. Fraud, then it is related to the Company Commissions of Malaysia, SSM. And of course, cheating case also, you can launch a complaint at MCMC. Copyright issue, defamation is another one. They are hiking a threat of property. So there are many. This MCMC is quite a big department. Basically, it is to multimedia as its name, multimedia. So anything related to internet that you've been causes you damage, you can actually launch a complaint there. That's number one. Then other than that, of course, if we come back to this defamation, you can actually launch a complaint, launch a police report as well. Because later, I think CUN will go through the law as far as defamation is concerned. Now, in somebody who are victims of, as a result of a defamatory statement, you can actually view two course of action that you can launch complaint, launch police report. The police and will then investigate and charge the committed person. But of course, at your personal capacity as a victim, you might suffer losses, probably loss of income, loss of reputation. You can't actually work the same line that you are. Probably you are a celebrity, but so you've been defamed in that way. So it's highly, being damaged as far as reputation is concerned. It affect your rights, right? That it view you a civil action. Of course, civil action, then you have to go to a lawyer and consult a lawyer. Other than that, there is also one department, CMCF, correct? So there is also another channel to launch a complaint, which the details are here, so you can see that. I think MCMC is also very easy to reach. It is all in the website. So now these are all the channels that are available to you to launch a complaint. But more importantly is the awareness. At the same time, we are telling the victims, these are the way that you can launch complaint. But simultaneously, we also wanted the person who think that it is okay to share, to reproduce defamatory statement, or himself wanted to say something online, social media, because nowadays it is so easy to reach a third party. So whatever you say and done, right, make sure it is a genuine, not a fake news. Otherwise, you will be then subject to investigation, and even worse, you'll be sued. Yeah. So these are all the channels that you can take up. Yeah, please take note. Yeah. Then as far as the law is concerned, that will pass it to CUN to tell us what will be the offense and what are the punishment. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jason. After our two speakers explain to you what are the elements and procedures to lodge your complaint, now I will explain to you more about the penalties regarding defamation in Malaysia. 现在呢，我就会跟大家解释更多，到底这个诽谤罪行呢，它会带来一些怎样的后果。第一个呢，我们可以看的就是刑事法典。Let us refer to Penal Code. As we said earlier, defamation is a crime. So actually under Section 499 of Penal Code, it stated that a person who makes or publish any imputation regarding a person with the intention to harm or have reason that the imputation will actually harm the person's reputation, then it will be amounted as a defamation. 在这个第499条刑事法典之下呢，一个人他如果做出或者是刊登任何的言论，而他的这个言论呢又带有这个诽谤的成分的话，这样子这种情况底下又会导致一个人的名誉受损。在这种情况底下呢，它就算是一种诽谤的罪行。Well, let us refer to another section, Section 500 of Penal Code, regarding the punishment for defamation. If you commit this crime, you may be imposed imprisonment, which may extend to 2 years, or fine, or both. 而这个诽谤罪行的惩罚呢，我们在这个第500条文之下就可以看到，你会被惩罚监禁长达2年，或罚款，或两者兼施。Let us go further with other sections of Penal Code. Okay, Section 501 of Penal Code mentioned that if a person print or engrave a statement, knowing that such statement is defamatory, such person can be imposed imprisonment maximum to 2 years or fine or with both. Another section, Section 502, tells us that if someone sells or offer for sale any printed or engraved substance that contains defamatory statement, such person will also be punished with imprisonment up to 2 years or fine or both. 所以另外这两个条文呢，501和502也是有关系到诽谤罪行的，但是跟之前的有什么不同呢？刚才我们说的第499条文，它是关于你制造或者是刊登一个言论，而这个501呢，就是关于你打印或者你刻下任何带有这个诽谤成分的言论。502呢，就是你销售或者你 offer 要销售带有这个诽谤成分的一些言论，所以它的差别其实只是在于那个形式不同，但同样都是会构成诽谤罪行的一些条例。So let us go further. Apart from Penal Code, we can actually refer to Communications and Multimedia Act 1998. Section 233 sub A sub 1 mentioned that if a person use any network facilities to create or initiate the transmission of any comments, requests, suggestion, or other types of communication, which is obscene, indecent, false, menacing, or offensive in character, with the intent to annoy, abuse, threaten, or harass another person, is amounted as an offense. And the penalty of this offense, we can look under Section 233 sub 3. Let us look what are the penalties. You will be imposed to a maximum fine of 50k or imprisonment up to 1 year or both. If you continue to commit such offense, you are being imposed 1,000 ringgit fine every day. So these two sections is in relation to usage of network facilities to create or to initiate the transmission of defamatory any communication or statement that will actually cause, harass another person or annoy another person. 换句话呢，这个跟刚才的有什么不同呢？刚才的是一种刑事罪，而这两个条文呢，专门注重于你使用网络去制造或者去散播一些言论啊，或者是评论，而你的这个言论呢，可能会对别人造成一些骚扰啊、困扰，或者是威胁到他人。而在这样的情况底下呢，你的这样的一个言论或者是评论啊，都是一种罪行。Next, let us refer to a recent case law. This case is Mashita binti MD Hassan and Sakina binti Sulong. In this case, basically it's about defamation by Facebook posting. In this case, the defendant, who is a doctor, he posted on the Facebook saying that the plaintiff, as a birth companion, has caused the death of a baby via home water birth. Defendant also added some of the hashtag such as Dola Keji. Keji, we know that the meaning is evil in English. So in this case, the plaintiff brought an defamation action against the defendant for such comment. And the High Court actually ruled that it is amounted to defamation. And let us see what are the penalties imposed by the court. The defendant had actually need to pay 100K of general damages and another 100K exemplary or punitive damages to the plaintiff. Not only damages, the defendant also need to post an apology, 一个道歉声明 to the plaintiff on the Facebook because of his statement. 所以从这个案件中呢，它是一个蛮新的一个案件。在这个判决里面呢，我们可以看到那个 plaintiff 呢，他就起诉 defendant， 因为他的一些带有这个诽谤成分的言论，然后它带来一些怎样的后果或者是判决呢？也就是那个 defendant 呢，他需要赔偿。除了赔偿之外呢，他还需要在他的这个 Facebook 账口发出这个道歉声明，所以这个就是一些我们马来西亚法庭对于这个诽谤罪行做出的一些判决。So last but not least, before we end our session today, actually we want to bring a message to the audience. Everyone is accountable for his or her own speech or action. So before you post or spread anything, make sure that you're responsible for your every action. Make sure that it is a comment or it is a statement that wouldn't attract defamation. On the other hand, if you're really being harassed, annoyed, threatened, or defamed by another person, you can actually brought an action under the law because, as we mentioned earlier, there are different avenues of law for you to bring a defamation action. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you to all our speakers. So before we end today's session, we will see the question posted by our audience. Okay, so one of our audience actually asked, what if someone defame me? No matter it's who defame me, what can I do to help myself?
Yeah,
Anyone?
I think that is the questions that seems to be directed to me. Because the sharing just now, there is a few channels that you can actually launch a complaint. But of course, as a sharing, that the few things that you have to assess. So what Wong En have told us is the element that you can actually check and do the test and see whether is this a defamation statement, is it defamatory, does it lowering down your reputations, does it publish to a third party. So all these elements is satisfied, yes to all, then of course then it will view you rights course of action. So if you have your rights and course of action, you can actually channel yourself into the commissions that are available, the respective bodies. For example, the Police Diraja Malaysia is a launch a police report. As far as civil action, you can consult a lawyer to take up the matter in civil court. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jason, for answering this question. We have another question. When a private and confidential letter is sent to the law firm, and the law firm already received the letter and already read by the receptionist, but then it's saying that there is no lawyer had been acting negligently, and this letter had been read by other colleagues, is this still considered as a publication?
All right. Okay. When a P&C letter sent to a law firm received and read by a receptionist, of course, the law firm is an entity, right? So it is still that really depends on that law firm is represent you in the case, or is it your lawyer or the opposing lawyer. So as far as the law firm is concerned, it is still one entity. It doesn't matter that one another have read your letter, it is also take into consideration of how you're going to send the letter out. You send to the law firm, obviously the law firm have the right to open and read. So it doesn't matter if you put P and C there. So the P and C also serve a functions of not to share to another person. If I receive a letter, we as law firms, lawyers, receive a letter, it doesn't mean that I have to publicly share out that these are the P and C letters. So there is another way of saying, if you send a letter and it doesn't address the law firm, it address the lawyer himself. So that lawyer will have to open it, right? So it really depends on how is the letter going to send out. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Mr. Jason, and hope this answers your questions. All right, so I guess today's session has come to an end. So through today's discussion, actually to summarize the whole talk today, 因为我们可以简单的看到，我们就想要警戒大家呢，再告诉大家一件事情，就是在你说任何的话之前，或者是你在发布任何的一些上网的时候，你发布任何的心情啊，任何的经验啊，或者是任何的一些文字的时候呢，请你一定要切记，你所说的一切都是真实的。你不要认为就是你只是开玩笑而已，你就是只是想要开玩笑，随便说一说那个人而已。其实这些呢，都会让你变成是一个诽谤者，也会让就是法律呢会惩罚你的。所以请大家非常要切记和注意，在说话的时候一定要非常的小心。So once again, thank you very much to all our speakers today for this fruitful discussion on defamation, and also not to forget all our audience who joined us. We hope that today's discussion on today's defamation topic will answer some of your queries and also let you know that what can you do, what action can you carry if you are being defamed. So at the same time, just to remind everyone that MCO is like on the second week now, and please remember to comply with the SOPs. Besides, please follow our Facebook page and also our Instagram, Jason Kong & Co, to get more updates on our Legal Awareness Week, as we will be having more talks and also legal updates. We have also posted a Google form in the comment box. In the comment box. So do fill in this Google form if you have any feedbacks on how should we improve in our talks, and also let us know what are the topics that you are interested in. So stay tuned, stay at home, and stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.